Anyways, we do funerals, funerals are a solemn, private moment for families. This isn't, some TV show where people are excited that they're doing a funeral. So I've never really tried to go that route and kind of make it cool. I never tried to advertise. I've always wanted to keep it kind of quiet and private.
In a blue car.
Sergeant?
I didn't say pull over. I didn't say, I'm a cop. And I have body cam video. When I'm not impersonating.
Swear to God as my sole witness, I did not remember your name. Ask my sergeant, I fired the guy immediately. I swear.
Wait a minute.
Have you ever been charged with a crime?
I have.
And what crime or crimes were there?
Well, you have your records. You can pull those. You're more than welcome to.
Well, I'm asking you.
I understand you're asking me, but that has nothing to do with my motorcycle being stolen. And I'm not going to be disrespectful. You know who I am. You have my background. You're an ex-police officer. So pull it, put it in your report, and make sure that they have it. Thank you.
So you're refusing to answer the question?
I'm not refusing.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Okay.
Have you ever been charged with a crime?
I have.
Okay. And what crimes were they?
Anyways.
I'm not impersonating.
This is Patricia interviewing by telephone from 863 on December 6, 2017. The time is 4:12 p.m. Would you state your full name?
Jeremy Dewitte.
And Mr. Dewitte, do you understand that this interview is being recorded?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's your home address?
Orlando, Florida, 32803.
And you've lived at that address for how long?
I think we're going on 4 years now.
Okay. What's your telephone number at home with area code?
407.
Mm-hmm. Is there a business number or a cell phone number where you can be reached?
That's the same.
Your date of birth?
1980.
And your marital status?
I've been married 14 years.
Okay. Your occupation?
State agent.
Huh? That's what I said.
State agent.
Okay. For what company?
Metro State.
And you've been with them for how long?
Since 2011.
Okay. And in the last 30 days, have you loaned your vehicle to anyone?
No.
Okay. What's your driver's license number? And that's a Florida license?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's the expiration date on your driver's license?
2020.
What are the last 4 digits of your Social Security number? Okay. And who reported the claim to Geico?
I did.
What's the year, make, and model of the vehicle that was stolen?
The 2009 BMW R 1200 RT.
What color is the vehicle?
Well, it's white, but it's listed as black and white.
Okay. You have the vehicle identification number?
Yes, it's,
Okay. You have the license plate number?
M as in Mary,
Mm-hmm.
C as in Charles, D as in Delta.
And that's a Florida tag?
Yes, ma'am.
What date and time did you last see the vehicle?
I don't know what the date of Saturday was. It was Saturday night, about almost 11 o'clock.
Okay, so Saturday would have been the 2nd of December?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where was the vehicle parked?
We parked it at a business. It broke down, and there was no tow trucks available. It was parked at a business 4444 North Orange Blossom Trail.
Okay, 1 second. And you know the name of the business?
There is no name. It's a business, but there's no. It's not for the outside public, so I guess they don't have a name on the outside.
Okay. Okay, and when you parked it there, was it locked and secured?
Yeah, I locked the steering column. Then I carry in the bike a chain. Then I lock the rear tire to the frame, and then I have also a front rotor brake disc lock that I lock. So all 3 locks are engaged.
Okay, and how many sets of keys did you have to the bike?
Well, I have 2 sets, but they're both in my possession.
Okay. All right, and what were you doing at the time that the bike was stolen?
At the time the bike was stolen?
Right, what were you doing at the time that it was stolen? So were you, yeah.
We were looking for a tow company to get it. Couldn't find one, so, we locked it up, secured it, went home.
Okay.
We were back at 5 a.m.
Okay, 1 second. One second.
Sure.
Not 5-1. Okay, so you say you went back the next day at 5 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so what happened then?
Once we realized it wasn't there, we started calling all the tow agencies because in the window of one of the business that we parked it at, it says tow away zone, will tow your vehicle. It was Sunday morning and Saturday night, so we assumed, no one would be there. Long story short, we called all the tow yards. We even called the tow yard that was on the sign. No one had it, so then we called the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office said they had less than an hour to report it if they tow it, and nobody reported it being towed. So at that point, they sent a deputy to fill out a report that it was stolen.
Okay. And where you had the bike parked, did you see any broken glass or debris on the ground?
No, we did. Myself and the deputy did see scrapes on the ground where it looked like it may have been dragged. That's what he said.
All right. Prior to this happening, did you use the bike to ride or transport people for money?
Wait a minute.
No.
Okay. What police department took the report?
The Orange County Sheriff's Office.
You have the officer's name?
Hold on 1 second. I can look it up. I don't have the officer's name. I just have his case number.
All right, 1 second. What's the case number?
Case number is 170108725.
All right. And so when you left the bike there, how did you get home?
I called a friend who came and got me.
What's the friend's name that picked you up?
Andrew.
You have Andrew's last name?
Ross.
Ross, R-O-S-S?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right. Had you ever had a vehicle stolen before?
Long time ago, like 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe even longer.
Okay. All right. And who did you have insurance with before you came to Geico?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was, I can't remember. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's a small little company. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't like a State Farm or anything like that.
That's okay. Were there any customizations on the bike that you added?
Yes.
Okay. What was on the bike?
The GPS system. The cellular phone. Well, cell phone system. The radio system for music. And then that's it. Cell phone, GPS, radio. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Were there any identifying marks on the bike?
I mean, not really, other than BMW, the markings, everything,
Okay. And when you bought it, did you buy it new or used?
I bought it used.
Okay. And did you buy it from a dealership or a private owner?
I bought it from, I guess they're a dealership.
And you have the name of the dealership?
It was the police department in California.
Okay. Are you the registered owner of the bike?
Yes.
Where the bike was parked, are there security cameras in the area?
I can't answer that, but the detectives are looking for that.
Okay. All right. Is the bike paid for, or are you making payments still?
No, it's paid for.
Okay. All right. And 1 second. All right. Does the bike have an alarm on it?
It does, yes. I forgot about the alarm. So I installed the radio, the alarm, all that stuff.
Okay. What type of alarm?
It's just a standard, car alarm. Nothing fancy.
Okay. And is there a tracking device on the bike?
No.
Okay.
I wish there was. Since I put the GPS in, I could have paid the extra money to get the tracking.
Right. If they find the person that took the bike, would you be willing to prosecute?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Anything else you'd like to add about the theft that I didn't ask?
In the box, I left my jacket. I left, the helmet was locked to the motorcycle because I had a helmet lock. Let's see here. There was something else, and I told the deputy, too. The radio was obviously on the bike, but that's part of the radio install. The GPS, yeah. So the helmet, the GPS, and my jacket were all on the bike.
Okay.
But all the containers were locked.
Okay. Okay. All right. Have you understood all of these questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this recording true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have your permission to share your statement with other adjusters that may come in contact with the file?
Sure.
All right. And also, anytime you have any questions regarding the claim, you can always go to geico.com. And I need you to state your full name again.
Jeremy Charles Dewitte.
This is Patricia concluding a recorded interview with Jeremy Charles Dewitte on December 6, 2017. The time is 4:24 p.m. And I'm turning off the recorder.
Wait. I know for a fact that wasn't me.
Okay.
Anyways. Sergeant. That's the way the judge has said it. I have it on a body cam downloaded. Yes, ma'am.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but so help you
Yes,
God?
ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. My name's Eduardo Lopez, and I'm an investigator with Geico Insurance. I'm here to conduct your UO, which means examination under oath. And examination under oath is something that you're required to give under the policy of insurance. It's basically contractual.
Sure.
Okay? All right. Do you understand that this UO is being recorded, and do we have your permission to record this statement?
Yes, sir.
And obviously we have the court report here too.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to go over some ground rules before we begin. I'll be asking you some questions about your claim and some background information. Some of the stuff you might think, how is that relevant to, my claim? It's just we're required to ask you some background information. Okay?
Sure.
And as part of the questioning, just ask that you do not shake your head or nod or say because when we read the record back, we're not going to know what you meant.
Roger.
We're not video recording this, so we can't make the assumption when we read the record back. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, even if you understand my question before I am finished asking it, please allow me to completely finish. So obviously the court report can take down everything that I see and everything that you say, okay?
Roger.
It's just important that we don't talk over each other.
Yes, sir.
If there's a question that you do not understand, just pause, let me know, and I'll either repeat it or try to rephrase it in a better way for you, okay?
Yes.
And I don't foresee us going beyond 11 o'clock.
Oh, great.
So for some reason, if you need to take a break, just let me know. We'll take care of that for you. Now, I'm going to read you a Florida state statute. This is something that I read to everyone that I interview. Okay?
Sure. Yes, sir.
And it's a fraud statute for Florida. And it's 817.234, and it states, any person who knowingly and with intent to injure, defraud, or deceive any insurance company files a statement of claim or an application containing any false, incomplete, or misleading information is guilty of a felony of the third degree. Do you understand that statement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, ready to begin, I'll just remind you that you are under oath and you have sworn to tell the truth. Even though this is an informal setting, it's not like a deposition, it's still an EUO and your statement's under oath. Your statement has the same force and effect as if it were in front of a judge or a jury.
Okay.
False statements may subject you to penalties of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I also ask these questions not because I assume, but have you consumed any alcohol, taken any drugs or prescription drugs in the last 24 hours, which could alter the way you're going to respond to the questions I'm about to ask you?
Never ever in my whole life.
Well, that's good to know. Is there anything that would impair your ability to answer questions, recollect events, which I'll be asking you about, or tell the truth?
No, sir.
And have you understood all these directions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At any time during this EUO, you feel it's in your best interest to withdraw your claim, meaning you wish to cancel the claim, just let me know and I'll coordinate that process for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, we sent you an EUO letter to your residence. Did you bring that letter with you?
I brought what was not really, no. So I brought some of the things you asked for.
Okay. And some of the stuff you were able to get?
Right.
Okay, we'll look at that later on. Now, just understand some of the information that's on that Schedule A letter on that EUO. Geico still reserves the rights to get copies of those documents, okay?
God willing.
All right. Now, can you please state your full name and spell it for us?
Jeremy Charles Dewitte, Jeremy. Never actually, believe it or not, spelled Charles in my life. So, last name's Dewitte, D as in Delta, Ewitte.
All right. And sir, what is your date of birth? Okay, back on record. And the Florida driver's license that you provided us today, and to your knowledge, is that Florida driver's license valid?
Yes.
Okay. And what is your current home address?
Orlando, Florida, 32803.
And how long have you resided there?
I think we're going on 3 years now.
What is your cell phone number? Make sure it's the same one on the claim file here. And is that a cell number?
It is, yes, sir.
And is that the only phone that you usually use?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how long have you had that number?
Since 2011.
Okay. And who's your cell phone provider?
AT&T.
And how long have you had AT&T?
Same time.
And what kind of device you have? Is it an Android or is it an iPhone?
Android.
Okay. And that specific device,
Roger.
how long have you had that device?
Since it came out. So whenever the 8 Plus came out, I think a year and a half.
Okay. So that's the same device you had when your motorcycle was stolen? Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. Do you use a business phone number?
No, sir.
Do you use any other electronic devices to communicate, either personal or for business purposes?
We use police radios, 800 megahertz radios.
Nothing that's recorded, though.
Correct.
What's your marital status?
I've been married 14 years.
And what is your wife's name?
Rania,
Spell that for me.
Rania.
And at your residence, it's just you and your wife, or
That
does
is-
someone else live there?
Me, my wife, and my cat.
Gotcha. And who is your employer?
I currently own my own business,
And what is the name of your business?
Metro State Special Services.
Special Services?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of business is this?
It ranges from state security to protection to protection details.
And this is private security?
Well, we're a private state-approved agency. We're not under 493.
Okay. Now, do you have a special license?
We're certified, so yes.
Right. And specifically, do you hold a license, any type of security license?
No, I don't have a D or G.
What is your, I know it's your business, but what is your title?
I'm the owner.
So CEO, president?
I don't use those terms, but sure, owner, president.
So if I was to ask you what your occupation is currently, what would you say?
The owner of Metro State Special Services.
When you spoke to the claims handler, when you reported your motorcycle stolen, do you recall that conversation with her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and she asked you if she had your permission to record the conversation, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall her name?
Patricia, I believe.
That's close. Her name is Patricia Thomas.
Okay. Yes, sir.
She asked you what your occupation was. What did you tell her?
I could have sworn I told her I own my own business. I tell everyone I own my own business.
Okay. Do you call making representation as being a state agent?
We're state certified agents. We can do our jobs, yes.
Right. So let me ask you, are you a state agent?
We're not state FDLE agents, but any security officer or state certified agent or certified officer is a state certified agent. That's what the term is. We're not law enforcement by any means, and I never told her that.
And how long have you had the business?
Since 2010.
And do you have a partner, or is it just your business?
Just mine.
And how many employees do you have?
I don't have employees.
Are these subcontracted people that you
correct.
hire?
Yes, sir.
And some of the people that you subcontract, are they law enforcement?
Some are, yes.
Huh?
And as part of the business, what kind of equipment do you have?
As far as what?
Vehicles?
We have multiple vehicles ranging from cars to motorcycles to...
And these vehicles, are they registered to you?
That is correct, yes.
And how many vehicles do you have? Cars?
Cars? I think I have 6 or 7.
Are they insured with Geico?
The cars, they are, yes.
All 6 or 7 of them?
Yes.
Okay. Now, are they maintained at your home?
Some of them are, yes. Some of them are at the office, some are at the home. It's not really an office, it's more of a storage unit, like a garage.
And where's the storage unit?
It's 3804 North Orange Blossom Trail.
And what's the name of the storage facility?
North Trail Storage.
North Trail Storage?
Yes, sir.
Now, which of the 6 or 7 vehicles do you store there? Cars?
It varies. It's never the same. It all depends on when I'm changing the oils or when I'm changing brakes, things like that. So I rotate them.
You also mentioned that you have motorcycles associated with your business, is that correct?
That is correct.
And how many motorcycles is that?
I think we're at 12.
And are these motorcycles insured with Geico?
No,
None of them?
none of them anymore.
Okay. As of when?
I don't remember.
Narrow it down, roughly.
Within the last month or two, you guys canceled.
Did they also cancel the policy on the vehicles?
No, sir.
Just the motorcycles?
Yes, sir.
Now, the motorcycle we're here about today, was that motorcycle also being used for your business?
At that current time, it was not.
When was it being used for your business?
Nothing's permanently used for the business. It depends on as basis need.
So I guess my question then would be, at any time when you have possession of this motorcycle, the one we're here about today that was stolen, was it ever used for your business?
Yes.
And how often?
Not that often. I think we only use that one a few times because it's recent. It's newer.
Okay. Have you ever been charged with a crime?
I have.
And what crime or crimes were there?
Well, you have your records. You can pull those. You're more than welcome to.
Well, I'm asking you.
I understand you're asking me, but that has nothing to do with my motorcycle being stolen. And I'm not going to be disrespectful. You know who I am. You have my background. You're an ex-police officer. So pull it, put it in your report, and make sure that they have it. Thank you.
So you're refusing to answer the question?
I'm not refusing.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more time.
Okay.
Have you ever been charged with a crime?
I have.
Okay. And what crimes were they?
Do you have the records?
I don't have them in front of me. No, I don't.
Okay. So at this time, let me ask you, what does that have to do with my motorcycle being stolen?
Okay. I'm the one asking the questions, okay?
You told me I can ask questions if I don't understand.
Have you ever been arrested for a crime?
I have.
And have you ever been convicted for a crime?
I have.
And what were those arrests? What were those convictions?
Okay. You have it in your records. What else can I answer?
Okay, sir. I'll take it as you do not want to
That's
answer
not
those
what I
questions.
don't want to answer.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay.
What was your previous insurance company?
I really truly am sorry. I don't remember the name. Forstall or something like that.
Have you ever had a vehicle stolen before?
One time, yes.
And when was that?
I'm sorry, I don't remember the date, but it was, we've been living at the new house, so it's got to be 4 years because one of the reasons why we moved from the old house was because it got broken into and the motorcycle was stolen.
And what kind of vehicle was that?
Same one, BMW R1200 RT. My wife and I then immediately, I think within 2 or 3 months, moved from that address because my wife, she, at that point, couldn't stand living there anymore.
So what was the situation with the same motorcycle we're here about was stolen before? So what was that situation, if you can explain?
We were, God, that was so long ago, I don't want to lie, so
Don't want you to lie.
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we were in Egypt, but I remember we were on vacation. I can't remember if we were in Egypt or up north. We came home, and somebody had broken into the fence storage, and that was one of the other reasons why I moved the bikes to a more secure storage facility, because they broke into our fence and into the shed that I was keeping the motorcycles in the back. And about 4 months later, they found it in a river somewhere in Orange County, or 5 months later, I don't remember.
And it wasn't totaled because obviously you're still using it?
No,
Okay.
no, that one was totaled. Yeah.
That was stolen but recovered?
They recovered it, but it was totaled. They had, When I say same bike, I mean same model. I apologize.
gotcha.
I apologize.
Okay. So that motorcycle was total. Did you have insurance for the motorcycle at some time?
I did. I only think I had 4 motorcycles or 5 motorcycles at that time.
And who was the insurance with?
Geico as well.
And did Geico pay you out for that?
Yes, sir.
And how much did they pay you out?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I think it was probably 10,000, maybe. No, it was a little more because he did pay for the Code 3 equipment light package that was on that motorcycle.
Okay.
He went back and then adjusted it for that.
And that motorcycle was being used for your business at the time?
That one was not. No, I have quite a few motorcycles that are not used for the business.
Okay. Have you ever filed bankruptcy?
No, sir.
And how long has that motorcycle we're here about today been insured with Geico?
I only had that bike, I think, for 8 months. So I don't know the answer to that. Let's say a year or less.
Okay.
But from the moment I took possession from Massachusetts police.
That's where you acquired the vehicle or the motorcycle?
I want to say yes, if I remember correctly, yes.
Now, when you insured the motorcycle, did you already have Geico insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when did you initially apply for a Geico policy?
I think 2014.
14.
Yes, sir.
And how did you apply? Did you call, internet, combination?
Internet.
And the address that you provided is the same address where you live?
No, I was currently at maybe. No, yeah. No. It was the. I don't remember the address. I think it's 1405 Nebraska Street, Orlando, Florida.
And that's where you used to live?
Used to live, yes, sir. That was where the bike was also the original one that was stolen from.
Okay, that was in 14.
Yes, sir.
Did anyone assist you in setting up your Geico policy, or was it just you?
Just me. Well, I'll say just me, but honestly I don't remember. I do remember that I've talked to a few agents a few times because they give you so many options, and I can't remember comping, collision, and all that. So I've called a few times to get that adjusted and get the road assistance taken off and stuff like that.
Have you ever been delinquent on your payments to Geico for your premium?
I think one time when I got a new credit card and I have auto pay.
Right.
And I think it bounced back, you know.
Did you make any changes to your policy prior to reporting your motorcycle stolen?
No, sir.
Did you make any changes to your policy at all around the time your motorcycle was stolen?
No, sir.
What is the highest level of education that you've completed?
I have a 4-year.
And that's with what college?
University of Florida.
UF?
Yes, sir.
Gator?
Yes, sir.
And what was your degree?
International business.
How long ago was that?
2008, if I remember correctly.
And just for the record, can you describe the motorcycle we were about again today?
It's a 2009 BMW R1200 RT. It had 1,800 miles on it. It had 1,800 miles on it because we got that one very low.
You purchased this vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And was it used or new?
It was new. Sorry, used. I apologize.
No problem.
New to me. Used, though.
And when was it purchased?
I truly believe it was 8 months before the accident and the theft, because it was a great loss to me because it was the newest bike that I bought at that current time.
And where was it purchased?
I got it through an agency called GovDeals. Our license allows us to have access to surplus state vehicles.
And where did you actually get the motorcycle from, though? Who did you buy it from?
From GovDeals.
GovDeals?
Yes, sir.
So the transaction was through GovDeals?
That is correct. Although they're more of a broker, I sent the money to the agency.
And when the title was given to you, was it from GovDeals?
No, it was
Title
from
to
the
you?
police. I'm sorry, it was from the police department.
Okay, and what was the name of the police department?
I cannot remember. I'm sorry.
And what was the purchase price?
I think 78 or 87. I'm dyslexic, so help me out.
It's about $7,800
Yep, or 87. Yes, sir.
or $87.
Yes, sir. The most I've ever paid for one is 9, and the lowest I've ever paid for is about 7.
And do you have a bill of sale for it?
No, sir.
Who's on the title?
I am.
So you went to DMV to register, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what did you tell DMV you paid for the motorcycle?
I gave them at that time I had a bill of sale, so I provided them with the information from GovDeals.
Now, was the vehicle financed at all, or was
No,
it
sir.
cash?
Cash.
And is that how you paid for it? Not in cash, I would imagine.
Well, it was a cashier's check from my bank.
Cashier's check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So no lien or anything like that?
No, sir. All of my vehicles are bought cash. Hood rich.
Did you purchase any type of gap insurance for the motorcycle?
No, sir. No, sir. I didn't even know that was what is. You'll have to explain that to me because I.
If you don't know what it is, you never
Yeah.
see it. How many sets of keys did you have when you got the motorcycle?
One.
And are you still in possession of that key?
No, sir. I mailed that to Patricia a long time ago.
Okay. So you don't have any keys with you now?
With me now?
For the motorcycle?
No, sir. No, sir.
So Patricia should have the one
Yes,
on the
sir.
key? Okay. Were there any additional keys made?
No, sir.
Did anyone else have permission to be in possession of any of the keys or the key?
No, sir. I had it all the way up until I mailed it to Patricia. I took it from the motorcycle the night I locked it on the side of the road.
Right. Did the motorcycle come with any kind of factory type alarm or anything that you added to it?
No, sir. However, we did add a standard alarm.
Right. Did it have a locator?
No, sir.
Was it one of those remote start BMWs or no?
No,
Key
sir.
start?
No, sir.
Were there any customizations added to the motorcycle?
No, sir. Just the original Code 3 package and everything that comes with them.
So for all intent and purposes, this motorcycle, the way it's outfitted, is basically a police motorcycle. Is that right?
That is correct.
Minus they probably strip like the siren
words
and
police.
the horn, police.
Nope, our vehicles have sirens and horns.
Okay, so it still has all that.
That
police
is
equipment.
correct.
Okay. Was there any damage to the motorcycle prior to the theft?
The car, I guess, bumped. When it bumped Keith, it messed up the rear brake caliper, and I was currently working on that. And that was the issue, and that's why, well, you'll ask me later. But the only thing that I could see was one of the crash bars was bent, and the rear brake caliper wasn't working properly. It wouldn't disengage.
Since you mentioned that, let's talk about that. Your motorcycle was involved in an accident the day before
That is
the
correct.
theft, right? So who was
No,
driving?
not the day before, the day of.
The day
I
of.
guess.
Okay.
Well, it depends on when it was stolen, if you want to be
Right.
particular.
Let's go with the day of, right?
Okay.
So who was driving it?
Keith Johnson.
And who is Keith Johnson to you?
He's one of my on-call contractors.
So he was working for your business?
At the time, no. He's not really a friend, but he's a family member of a friend.
Okay. So you gave permission to drive your motorcycle?
Yes.
And in what capacity was he driving the motorcycle? Was it for work or?
At that time of the accident, it was for work, yes.
Okay. And was it a detail he was working or?
We finished the detail, but
And what detail was that?
just a funeral for a horse and carriage, with a horse and carriage.
And you were compensated for this service, right? For the funeral escort, is that what it is?
No, sir. That was a volunteer one.
Okay.
They were ex-military, that kind of thing.
Okay. So this accident occurred after that detail?
We were at the cemetery. He was not even a click out. He was almost to the traffic light where the accident happened.
And what cemetery was this?
Evergreen Cemetery
And where is it located?
in Castleberry.
And were you with him that day?
Yes, I was.
And were you on a motorcycle?
Yes, I was.
And was it one of the motorcycles for your business?
Yes, it was.
And it was a motorcycle that Geico insured as well, right?
Yes, it was.
At the time.
Correct.
Now, were you guys riding together when this accident happened?
No.
So where was he going after the detail?
Well, we were still traveling on 1792 when it happened.
Right. What was his final destination? Was he going home? Where was he going?
Well, we were going to go back to the garage to lock them
Okay.
up, but we were never at that point of the day.
And what time of the day was it?
Close to 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Now, I have to ask, what does the accident have to relate to the theft of my motorcycle?
It's very relevant.
Okay.
I mean, you have a motorcycle that was involved in an accident, and then that same day that motorcycle's stolen, so it's very relevant.
Oh.
I mean, if you look at it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you find out Mr. Johnson was involved in an accident?
I was currently standing at the on-ramp to the 1792 with the Castleberry Police Officer Traffic Enforcement Unit. We were standing talking. I was looking up. I'm sorry, I don't know if 1792 travels north or south, so we'll just be hypothetical and
It does.
say I was looking southbound. Keith was coming over the bridge.
Right.
20 miles an hour max. We were escorting a horse and carriage, so we weren't moving very fast. A vehicle tried to pass Keith, which also later on, but we'll get into that later, is insured by Geico. Tried to pass Keith because he was riding slow, I guess. When he tried to pass Keith, he bounced into the curb, and when he bounced into the curb, the car then kind of pushed away and then hit Keith, sideswiped him and pushed him through the median.
And did you actually see this?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did? Okay, so you're a witness to the accident.
So were two other officers. Once we got Keith, we got 911 en route. We made sure Keith was okay. The gentleman that was driving the car fled the scene, leaving the car behind. There was, obviously it doesn't matter, but there was narcotics in the vehicle. Later on, come to find out, the gentleman that was driving the vehicle had outstanding warrants, and for some reason, he left the scene, obviously.
Okay.
Leaving the vehicle behind.
Now, Johnson, was he injured in the accident?
He was injured to the point where he needed to go to the hospital.
Which hospital did you go to?
I want to say it's Florida. It's right there off of Cimarron near 1792 overpass.
Okay.
I want to say that's a Florida hospital.
Did you go to the hospital with him?
I did.
Okay.
I stayed on scene until the traffic corporal had relieved me and told me that we were good. I then got on Keith's motorcycle because it was holding up traffic, and that, while they videotaped it, I then rode it to the other side, and then I hopped on my bike, locked his bike up, hopped on my bike, and went to the hospital until to make sure he was okay, obviously.
Now, was this a corporal with Castleberry? Or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't even know they had corporals. And what's the corporal's name?
I apologize. One of the things I'm very bad with is names. So.
You said he videotaped the scene?
Yes, he did.
And who was the other officer that witnessed it?
I had for my men.
No, from law enforcement.
That was the only one.
So it was a corporal with Castleberry?
Yeah, he was holding we had scheduled it with Castleberry Police. He was holding the on-ramp from Cimarron to 1792
right.
with his cruiser, and we were standing there talking for a bit.
Okay. So have you worked previous details with this corporal?
No, sir.
Okay.
I mean, we do many details through Castleberry, and we call them and advise them that we're coming.
Right. Did Castleberry ultimately do the traffic crash report?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you went to see Johnson at the hospital, what was his condition? What were his injuries?
He was just, his neck hurt. His back was hurting, his leg. But I'm not a doctor. So he left the hospital later that evening, but, on his own power. So.
Any road rash or anything like that?
I don't want to answer that because I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I think he had some on his pants were ripped, but he had motor britches on, so motor britches do protect our legs from things like that. So I want to say he might on his left side.
And what was the damage to your motorcycle?
The crash bar was bent in. There was some scratches on the fairing. That was all I could see. The rear caliper started acting up later that when I was moving it, but it wasn't anything that we were worried about at that current time.
So the damage was minor?
Yeah, it was minimal. It was, the car literally just, when it bumped him, it hit the crash bars, and the crash bars, that's what they're there for. They protected the bike pretty much totally. Why the rear caliper, even when the wheel was moving, maybe the one from the force, the wheel might have shifted, and that's what I was going to work on when I got home.
Right. Since you acquired the motorcycle, have you tried to sell it?
No, no, sir.
So after you attended to Johnson, did you go back to your vehicle or to the motorcycle?
Yes, sir. It was very late in the evening at that time.
Now, who were you with that day?
I was with many people. However, at that current time on the accident, Andrew Ross, Stephen Negron, Keith Johnson. I'm going to say that's it because I can't really remember. I mean, obviously my wife later that day, but that's...
You said Stephen Johnson?
Yes, sir.
That's not the same one that was injured, was it?
I'm sorry, Stephen Negron. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I have Andrew Ross, Stephen Negron. Who was the third? Or
Keith Johnson.
Keith Johnson. Okay,
Right.
okay, gotcha. That was the one that was injured, right?
Correct, yes, sir.
Now, did you move the motorcycle from the accident scene, or did law enforcement tow it?
They couldn't get a tow truck. It was a bad day for tow trucks. They couldn't get a tow truck, so I rode it into a parking lot across the street from the scene.
Who rode your motorcycle?
I rode it.
No, the one that you were on for the detail.
When I rode it to the hospital or back? I don't understand the
Well,
question.
you said you were working in detail too, so
Right,
you
right.
were on a motorcycle.
Correct.
So, I mean, that motorcycle must have stayed parked because the one that was crashed, you rode, right? That's
Across
right.
the street, and then I got on my bike and I went to the hospital.
Right. Okay. So you rode the crashed motorcycle, the one we're here about, right? The one that was crashed?
After the hospital,
Right after law enforcement can find a tow truck company to tow the motorcycle?
right, at that point, I got on the motorcycle. I rode it to a parking lot across the street.
The one we're here about, the one that was stolen, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I rode that down around, it's quite a bit of a distance. I rode it down around the median
Okay.
to a parking lot across the street. I parked it, kept it there. Then I hopped on across the street, hopped on my bike, and then I went to the hospital. Until we were done with the hospital, I then took my bike back to the storage.
Right.
And then got a ride, went to get the other vehicle, and then took that back to the office. Or
Okay.
started heading that way.
So make sure I understand this. You rode the motorcycle that you were working detail on back to the storage place, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, who gave you a ride back?
Andrew Ross.
Is Andrew Ross prior law enforcement?
No, sir.
What is his phone number?
I don't know that off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Okay. So he took you back to the accident scene, right?
That is correct.
And when you returned to the accident scene, what did you do then?
We were going to tow it. We have our own trailer. But I couldn't get my guys with the trailer at the time and the truck. So I rode it back. I started to ride it back. We almost got back to the office or the storage bay. And then it had been acting up on the way where it kept kind of stopping and going, especially because the BMWs are what they say integrated brakes. So when you hit the front brake, no matter what, the rear kind of engages.
Right.
However, if I used the rear at all, the bike would come to a stop, and then I would have to kind of like force it to let go. I then, using the front, I only used the front brake the rest of the way, and then the bike just locked up, and I couldn't get it to unseize.
So where did you park the bike?
It locked up right at. It's 4444 Orange Blossom Trail.
Is that north?
Yes, yeah. It's not too far from the office. We tried to not lift, but we tried to unlock the rear. We tried to force it apart.
And what kind of business is it?
That I don't know. They don't have a sign out front.
And where did you park it at this location? Was there a parking lot? Or?
Yeah, there's a parking lot. Yes, sir.
And is it open to the public?
Yes, sir. It's also next to a trailer park that at that current time was well lit. However, it didn't matter. We were only able to kind of lift it and roll it on the front tire almost. It was extremely difficult. At least off the road and into the parking lot as best as we could, because the rear wheel would not turn.
So you left the motorcycle there then, right?
That is correct. I locked the steering column. I put a rotor disc lock brake on the front because the rear wheel wouldn't turn anyways. So we double locked it and locked the boxes because there was stuff in the boxes. And at that point, Drew gave me a ride home.
And you say Drew Ross?
Andrew Ross, sorry.
Or were you with anyone else besides Andrew?
Not at that time, no, sir.
Okay. And when did you find out that the motorcycle was no longer where you last parked it?
Drew gave me a ride home the first thing in the morning. I drove back. I left the house, I want to say 6 or 6:30. I was there super early. When I got there was nothing there. There was a skid mark on the ground where it looked like it had been dragged.
Right.
Not a skid mark, but a drag mark. And then that was it. I called. I used the radio. I called 2 tow truck locations, and then I called Orange County because the tow truck's place said that if it wasn't it would be in the system if within 30 minutes of being towed, and that no tow truck showed that it had been towed, so I needed to call the sheriff's office, so I did. And at that point, the sheriff's office advised that they didn't see it in the system either.
And that was the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
That is correct, yes, sir.
Make sure I have this so far. You get there around 6:30, right?
Yes, sir.
And you called 2 tow truck locations?
Yes, sir.
And what were those 2 tow truck locations?
I don't know. I didn't call them myself, but I know that one of them was Johnson's Record, and I don't know what the other one was. But Johnson's Record was the second one that we called, and they do all of Orlando Police and Orange County's towing, and they're the ones that advised if it wasn't in the system, it was probably
right.
That I need to call the sheriff's office.
Did you bring your phone records?
I did.
Okay. We'll get that in a minute.
Okay.
So you called 2 tow truck locations, one being Johnson's Record and the other one you don't know, right?
Right.
Okay. And then you called Orange County Sheriff's Office.
That is correct.
Did you do anything else? Did you call anybody else?
I called Drew on the radio. I had already been on the radio with Drew.
By cell phone?
No, the radio.
Right, but by cell phone, did you call anybody else?
No. I want to say I called my wife, but I can't remember. I don't remember. I remember I called her before I went to the hospital and told her I was going to be super late. But I don't think so.
Now, were you parked, I mean, were you allowed to park there?
In the shopping plaza or the office plaza?
Wherever the motorcycle was last parked, were you allowed to park there? Were there any
No.
restrictions or anything like that?
I didn't see any reason. I mean, I saw a towaway sign. That might have been the number that we called because I remember reading that number.
Okay.
But no, I mean, there's no like gate or anything that we had to move or anything like that. No, it's just a parking lot.
Right. There's another individual you provided his name besides Andrew. I'm trying to find it here. What was his name?
Oh, you mean earlier?
Yes, Stephen Negron.
Steven Negron, correct.
What's his phone number?
I don't have that in front of me at this time.
And Stephen Negron, he's an employee of yours?
He's
that
a
you
contractor
contract?
with us, yes.
Okay. Is he prior law enforcement?
No, sir. Well, he was in the Orange County Sheriff's Academy, and he actually was about to graduate, but then he broke his wrist. So that's we
Right.
call him recycle.
Now, he witnessed the accident as well, right?
Not him. Victor. Oh, I forgot he was there. Photo witnessed it. His name is Victor. I'm sorry, I don't remember his last name. Victor. I don't remember.
And is he also contracted by your company?
Yes.
Okay. So do you know if Stephen actually witnessed the accident, or was there...
Victor witnessed the accident, not Stephen.
Stephen.
No, Stephen came from another location to give me my phone charger because my phone was about to die at the hospital.
Okay.
He then followed me over to the motorcycle later on that evening.
Now, your case with the Orange County Sheriff's Office has been assigned to the detective, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, have you been in contact with that detective?
I called once, and at that time they told me that they were currently working on it, but I never spoke to the detective himself or herself.
Do you know who the detective is?
I do not.
So after you call the police, did they come out and meet with you at the scene?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you file a police report with them?
Yes, sir. And he as well put in the report that he did. He saw the drag marks where it was dragged from the spot.
Let me just recap on your movement.
Sure.
The day of the accident leading up to the last time you parked your motorcycle. I haven't looked at your phone records, but do your phone records have GPS coordinates locations?
I don't know. Does it do that?
Why, we can get that later.
Okay. I don't know. I would assume so. I always have my locator on, so that way if I get into an accident or something, they can find me.
Right. So from the accident scene, you took the motorcycle to the 4000 block of North Orange Blossom Trail, right?
Correct.
This parking lot, you left the park there.
Yes. That's where the brake locked up on me. I couldn't
Right.
move forward.
And then from there, you got a ride from Mr. Ross, and you went straight home.
Correct.
Okay. Did you go anywhere else in between?
No.
And then, so your next movement should be the very next morning when you went to go
Correct.
check on the bike, right?
Yes.
And that's when you called law enforcement.
That is correct.
I'm going to need Mr. Ross's information, and when you do talk to him, let him know that I'll be requesting his phone records as well.
Okay. Let's see here. His phone number is 321.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yep.
321
529.
529. And do you have Mr.
Negron,
Yes.
407 883. And then Victor,
Do you have his last name?
I want to say it's Diaz, but that's
I'll just call him Victor. What's his phone number?
407 764. With that, actually, how are you going to handle the phone calls?
I'm not sure I understand.
Are you going to call them and just ask them about their activities that day?
No, I'm going to meet with him in person.
Okay.
And get not like this, obviously, but
Okay.
get an interview from them.
Okay.
Is that an issue or?
The only issue I have, and if we can't abide by that or adhere to that, then we need to figure out how I can get a hold of a lawyer. But you'll only address me as Jay. You will not say my full name. And if you can't do that, then we need to figure out the next step.
I'm a little confused. Are we talking about you?
Yes.
So you're saying you want to get a lawyer?
No. What I'm saying is if you can address them when you're talking to them.
To them. Okay.
And you're advising that you're working the case. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
You're asking questions. I have no problem with that. And I will make sure that they properly tell you whatever you need to have. I'll make sure that you have access to them. But
Right.
while you're addressing them, you'll say my name is Jay. If you're going to say my full name, then we'll need to figure out what the next step is.
And again, I'm a little confused. I can't give them your full name?
My name is Jay as far as all my employees are concerned.
Okay.
I've worked very hard and very diligently since my life's changed to create and use what I have.
Right.
And I will not lose it for $10,000 from Geico. Because, with all due respect, I understand you're ex-OPD and I understand you're an investigator. But I'm not going to lose that because an investigator feels that they need to make sure that they advise people who I am.
Right. I'm not trying to do anything intentional. I've been requested to investigate your claim.
I totally understand.
And this is the first time in my experience, not even law enforcement here working for Geico, that someone has issue with me providing their real name.
My name is Jay, and everybody knows me as Jay, and everybody communicates me as Jay.
So what are the ramifications? Because I want to try to abide by your request here.
Once you have my record, which
Okay.
I'm sure you do at this point,
Okay.
because you were adamant about it,
Okay.
you'll understand why I go by Jay instead of Jeremy.
Okay. So they don't know you as Jeremy.
That is correct.
Okay. Has the statement you provided us here today been the truth?
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir, it has been.
Have you understood all my questions?
Yes, sir, I have.
Has this recording been done with your knowledge and consent?
Yes, sir, it has. I do have one question before we end, and I'd like it on record.
Sure.
I'm confused what I understand the accident has to do with the bike disappearing. However, what I don't understand is I knew on scene that the gentleman that hit my motorcycle had Geico full coverage.
Right.
And I have full coverage also. So I'm confused about why would, with all due respect, this is, although it's informal and there's no attorneys here and there's no judge here, we both
Right.
know that this is an investigation. So great. But let's be realistic. I mean, why would I report my motorcycle stolen when it was just a couple of bumps?
I checked your policy.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see that you had a commercial policy for the equipment.
The commercial?
Right, because anytime they use any vehicles, as far as permissive use for other people associated with a business, you're required by law to have a commercial policy that covers that liability.
we have Geico's insurance, and they have the same thing as State Farm or Allstate, which is called parade or escort insurance,
Right, okay.
which that's what my vehicles fall under.
Right, so I didn't see that coverage for the BMW, at least for this motorcycle that was involved in the accident. Because I didn't look at the other motorcycles and the
Right.
other cars, obviously.
Okay.
But for this BMW that was in the accident
Right.
and then stolen, I didn't see that on there. Are you saying that it was covered that way?
We thought we had parade escort insurance. That's what
Okay.
everyone, they don't advertise it as funeral escort, but it's
Right.
advertised as parade / escort insurance, State Farm, Allstate, and we chose Geico.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, I hear what you're saying. It still doesn't change the fact that the guy hit us. So
Right.
at the end of the day, under Florida state law, they're at fault.
Sure.
So why would I take a $10,000 motorcycle and like you were telling me about the cop that reported his motorcycle stolen or whatever, why would I steal my own motorcycle
Right.
when they hit me and they're at fault? And
All right,
it was-
we're gonna go ahead and end
Oh,
this video.
okay.
Yeah, we're going off right.
I see you deep in that hole with the bluest purple lights. The bluest purple light.
Anyways,
Corporal, sir, I have it on a body cam downloaded. My badge! Where's my badge? Where's my badge, Rania? But that wasn't me.
Also, when you guys got the phones and my tablet and all that stuff, you have that all separate, right? Somewhere safe?
I mean, yeah, it's still in the original bag they gave
Okay.
it to me.
All right, that's good. Because those are, I want to get all that stuff downloaded and stuff. But
Yeah.